Here I'm asked to graph 2 complete cycles of each of the following functions. Instead, though, I'm not going to deal with tangent right now. So here we're given a sine graph. So when we're dealing with sine here, a couple of things. I need to first look for where is the midline of my sine graph, which is the k value, which is over here, which there is none. So meaning my midline is actually going to be at y equals 0. Then I look for my amplitude, which is 5, which tells me I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units, and this is the highest. And down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there is my lowest. So now I really should see that my entire graph goes from -5 to +5. Now the last 2 pieces, so first of all, does it shift to the left or to the right? And there's no what we call h value, right? It's not x minus 2 pi or anything in here. So I'm not shifting it at all. There's no phase shift, meaning what that tells me is that I'm starting at 0, 0. Because it's sine and it's positive, I know I'm going to have this general shape like this. And so I'm starting at the midline. And now last, my b value here, how much we're horizontally stretching or compressing, it tells us the period. And the period is how far we go until we start repeating that sine graph. So period is 2 pi over the b value, which in this case simplifies to pi over 2. So I'm going to say, we'll call this pi over 2. And since I'm doing 2 cycles from what the question asks, I'm going to go up to pi. So I know that my graph is going to repeat at pi over 2 to pi. Now, the other thing I need to find is all of my other x values, and to do that, I'm just going to cut things in half, right? Halfway between 0 and pi over 2 divided by 2. I'm going to cut this one in half too, and the halfway between pi over 4 and 0 is pi over 8. And so now I know I'm going up by pi over 8 each time, which tells me 1 pi over 8, 2 pi over 8, 3 pi over 8, and then 4 pi over 8, which is pi over 2. So that helps us when we're giving our x-axis there. Then we can just keep going, right? So that's 4 pi over 8, 5 pi over 8, 6 pi over 8, 7 pi over 8, and then I'm just going to make this nice and pretty by simplifying. 6 pi over 8 is 3 pi over 4. Okay, so now that we have that, the final step is to actually graph it. So remember, for each of these dashed lines, I'm going to hit either the midline, maximum, or minimum. So first one, since it's a positive sine value, I go up, then I'm back down to the midline, down to the minimum, and back to the midline. So I got my first cycle like so, and I'm going to repeat maximum, midline, minimum, midline. Boom, 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 boom. And we could keep going on and on and on forever and ever if we wanted to, either direction, but we were only asked to do 2 cycles. So graph 2 cycles, there's my sine graph.